What's up guys? Today I've got my hands on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7. So another year, another new Galaxy Watch. Roll the intro. So what are the main highlights of this new smartwatch? So we got a new faster chipset, the Exynos W1000, which is 3 times more powerful than the Galaxy Watch 6. We got double the storage at 32 gigs. We now have sleep apnea detection. We've got dual frequency GPS using L1 and L5 bands. We've got a new double pinch gesture control, a brand new 13 LED BioActive sensor, and you get all of that for the same launch price of $369. So Samsung has not upped its price for the Galaxy Watch 7 this year, and the reason may well be the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Its price stupidly high. In fact, the Galaxy Watch 7 and the Galaxy Watch Ultra are almost the same smartwatch feature-wise, and the only difference between them is the Ultra model is made from titanium and the Galaxy Watch 7 is made from aluminium alloy. Oh, and the Ultra has the extended battery life, 590 milliamp hours versus 425 milliamp hours. Apart from that, it's the same damn watch. The Ultra will give you the same screen, the same resolution, the same chipset, the same OS. It's the same watch. If you're going to make an Ultra, you should have given it an even faster processor than the GW7 with a higher screen resolution, more RAM, more storage. Make it a damn Ultra. Don't just call it an Ultra. The Galaxy Watch Ultra is nothing more than a Galaxy Watch 7 disguised in an ugly, thicker, bulkier outer case, made for the rich guys who have that money to waste. And quite frankly, Samsung's blatant, poor attempt at copying the Apple Watch Ultra. Now, even if Samsung sent me the Galaxy Watch Ultra as a review unit, I would still be saying the same. The Galaxy Watch Ultra is basically misleading. There is nothing Ultra about it. Call it the Galaxy Watch 7 ugly version. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, if you want a new Galaxy Watch, hands down, go for the Galaxy Watch 7, which I have here, or just go for the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, which is still one of my favorite smartwatches to date. You know, the one with the rotating bezel. Absolute beauty. Okay, rant finished. Had to get that off my chest. So new Galaxy Watch 7, I've been testing for a few days. £369, still not cheap, but for what you're getting, I feel it's more sensibly priced. So in this video, I will show you everything you need to know about the Galaxy Watch 7, and then you can decide whether you want to pick one up or not, and hopefully this video will give you a pretty good idea on what to expect. Now, when you first buy this watch, the first thing you're going to notice is the shitty battery life. It might last you just over 24 hours. Now, as a long-time Samsung watch user, I can tell you right now, the first few days of wearing this watch, the battery will be bad, as it's learning your usage patterns. The battery may not even last the quoted 40 hours. And that is usually when people start returning their watch. Now, if you look under battery settings, you can see there, it says learning usage patterns. So after about 3 days, the battery usage message will disappear, and then the battery life will last as long as Samsung has quoted. In fact, most of the time, it actually lasts me longer based on my usage. So I can achieve up to 3 days with normal usage. Now let me quickly show you what you get inside the box. So you get some paperwork with the smallest fonts ever, so you're going to need a magnifying glass if you are going to read this. You also get a wireless charging pad with a Type-C connector and the Galaxy Watch 7 itself. Alright, now let's talk design. The watch itself is made from an aluminium watch case, and on the back you can see the new 13 LED BioActive sensors, which is supposed to take that accuracy to the next level, which we certainly will be testing. And like all Galaxy watches, the amount of sensors they stuff in this thing is actually quite remarkable. So this watch has an optical heart rate sensor, accelerometer, barometer, bioelectrical impedance analyst sensor, electrical heart sensor, gyro sensor, geomagnetic sensor, infrared temperature sensor, and an ambient light sensor. So that's a lot of sensors, guys. Furthermore, this watch has a 5 ATM plus IP68 rating with military standard 8108 certifications. So you can go swimming with this watch on, and you can track your swimming stats. It's a solid watch designed to last and finished with ultra tough sapphire glass on top. So technically, with all those certifications, this is already an ultra watch. Why pay more? Now the Galaxy Watch is nearly like having a mini smartphone on your wrist, with built-in 5 GHz Wi-Fi, GPS, NFC, Bluetooth 5.3, and this is how the watch looks on my wrist. Yes, it's a big watch, and I have a wrist circumference of 7 inches, and the watch is no doubt on the larger side, but I still don't mind it. It's very light and it's a very thin watch, and at the same time it's very comfortable on my wrist. Now I've been wearing this for days and nights without taking it off, and it's very comfy. The strap is also very good quality. And in case you're wondering, the GW7 is 44mm in diameter with a thickness of 9.7mm, and it weighs 33.3 grams. Now I went for the silver version with the grey strap to match, and it's a very nice high quality silicone type material with a ridged finish on the front and the back, and it's super comfy and it's designed to be quick drying. And you do have that new quick release button like we saw last year to change the straps, but you can actually swap this out with any third party 20mm strap. Now the GW7 does support wireless charging, and I'll show you the charger in action. It's a magnetic wireless charging pad with a Type-C connector, and it takes around 30 minutes to achieve a 45% charge and just over 1 hour for a 100% charge. And speaking of the battery, the capacity for this watch is 425 milliamp hours, which promises around 40 hours, which I would say is accurate. Now, realistically, the way I've been using the watch, I was able to achieve between 2.5 to 3 days of battery life. And to give you an idea of how I've been using it, that's with one 20-minute workout every day. The brightness is set to low, Wi-Fi is off, notifications are on, I turned off the always on display, and all health features are at their default settings, and I've always managed to achieve between 2.5 and 3 whole days. Now, if you're more active and your workouts last longer, or you work out twice a day, then expect the minimum battery life to be at least 40 hours. If you're a super heavy user, you take a lot of phone calls, you have a lot of workouts, you're constantly opening and closing apps, downloading new apps. For those type of heavy users, you're going to achieve no more than 1 day battery, and that's pushing it. Now let's talk about the specs. This watch is powered by the new Exynos W1000, which is a 3nm Penta-Core processor clocked at 1.4 GHz. So compared to last year's Exynos W930, this one is supposed to be 3 times more powerful according to Samsung. In real-time use, I must admit, it's very nippy. The OS feels more fluid and faster than ever. The watch reboots much faster than ever. So yes, it does feel a lot faster than the previous models. We still get 2 gigs of RAM, same as last year, but this time we get 32 gigs of internal storage instead of 16 gigs. So specs have been improved this year, and the difference can actually be noticed, which is good news. Now this watch can measure your heart rate and your stress levels continuously 24 hours a day. So blood oxygen monitoring can be done manually on demand when you need it, or it can also automatically monitor your SpO2 levels whilst you sleep. Now this watch also has some other features which are usually off by default. I did switch some of them on. So snore detection and skin temperature monitoring whilst you sleep. And this watch can also predict women's health using skin temperature sensor. And you can switch on and off the features as you need. Furthermore, automatic workout detection is on by default. So if you go for a walk, run, cycling, and a few other sports, the watch can detect what you're doing automatically and log the workout for you. It does take a good 5 to 10 minutes before the watch decides that you are doing a workout, but ultimately the workout detection is pretty good. Now coming back to the watch, on the side we have 2 flat style buttons, one for power and the other is your home button / back button. And you can see a slight orange finish going around the inside of the power button. And in the middle there, you can see a microphone hole. And on the other side, there is nothing, but slightly underneath, you will see a loudspeaker grill. So the watch does have a built-in microphone and speaker for your Bluetooth phone calls. Now on the front, we have a beautiful 1.47-inch Super AMOLED display with a screen resolution of 480 by 480 and 327 pixels per inch. The screen is bright and sharp and looks good and visible even on a sunny day. Touchscreen is also super responsive, and you do still have that rather nice touch-sensitive bezels used for navigating the menus, which I'm definitely a fan of. Furthermore, this watch is running the latest Wear OS version 5 with ONEUI Watch 6 on top. You also get the Google Play Store to download all your third-party apps like Spotify, YouTube Music, Strava, Komoot, and lots more. And I can't lie, I really do like Samsung's UI on the Galaxy Watches. You have a lot of great customization options, and everything can be customized directly on the watch, including the tiles and the menus. Everything can be customized to your own personal preference. Furthermore, the watch connects to your smartphone via Bluetooth and uses Bluetooth 5.3 for a stable connection. NFC payments are available, and you have both Google and Samsung Pay, so you can take your pick. Samsung Wallet is already installed. If you prefer Google Pay, just go to the Play Store and download Google Wallet. Then you can add your own card and pay via Google Pay on this watch. So best of both worlds. I'd also like to confirm that this watch does support Bluetooth phone calls, so you can make and receive calls directly on the watch with access to a dialer, contact list, recent calls, and lots more. So this watch basically means you can leave your phone in your pocket for many tasks. Now let me take a call on this and let you hear what the call quality is like. So this is a call quality test. I'm talking directly to my smartphone and you should be hearing my voice on the speaker of the smartwatch. So this should give you a pretty good idea of what the call quality would be like when you're taking a Bluetooth call on the Galaxy Watch 7. You can also reply to notifications. So imagine I've just received a WhatsApp message. So you can reply with your voice or you can use a preset. And you can customize these presets from the smartphone app. So if I just tap that, that will immediately be sent to my phone, and there you can see it. It works great. You've also got voice. Hi, how's it going? This is a quick voice note from my Galaxy Watch 7. Play it back. Hi, how's it going? This is a quick voice note from my Galaxy Watch 7. So the speaker is actually very clear and quite loud. So let's send it. My 4-second voice note has been sent to my phone, and we're going to play it back just so you can hear how it sounds. Hi, how's it going? This is a quick voice note from my Galaxy Watch 7. And that's how you can reply to messages, and not just messages, social media, emails, WhatsApp. There's quite a few things that you can reply to. And in case you're wondering, can you take your WhatsApp call on this? Well, this is a WhatsApp call right now. Hello? Hello? Stop the call. So not only can you take voice calls, you can take your WhatsApp calls directly on the watch. All right, so let's check out the smartphone apps. There are 3 apps that you need to download. The Samsung Wearable app, the Samsung Health app, and if you want to monitor your ECG and blood pressure, you're going to need the 3rd app called Samsung Health Monitor. Now, I believe some features are a bit limited in certain countries. The UK and Europe, I believe, has all the features. I think US had some issues with the ECG and blood pressure last year. So if you bought this watch and you're from the US, let me know if your ECG and blood pressure work. Now let's quickly go through the apps. The Samsung Wearable app is the app you're going to need first in order to set the watch up. And now what I like about the app straight away is whatever watch face you have here will be synced at the top over here and how much battery you have left. Now you've got watch faces, app screens, tiles and quick panels. All of these can be customized. I'm going to skim through them very quickly for you. So watch faces is fairly straightforward. You just choose a watch face you want. The best thing about the Samsung watch faces is most of them are customizable. So you can customize the complications and colors and make the watch face work exactly how you want it to, which is great. I really like that about Samsung's watch faces. The app screen can be customized. Just touch and hold in order to edit. You can move things around. The tiles, which I mentioned earlier, can be sorted out too. You can add and remove stuff. So if you didn't want your ECG or blood pressure in the tile list, you can remove it. So yeah, you can sort the order out exactly how you want it, which is great. I love that feature. So the quick panel can also be customized. Now check this out. Sometimes in the quick panel, you have certain features that you wish wasn't there. You can just remove them because there's actually 3 pages worth of quick tiles. So maybe you just want 1 page or 2 pages. You can decide and adjust it accordingly. Watch settings. These are all your watch settings. And all of these settings are also available directly on the watch. Notifications, sound and vibration, display settings. So you've got adaptive, always on display. I switch off. It's a really nice always on display, mind you. You can see the learning usage patterns and you can see which apps are consuming the most battery. Buttons and gestures. So the home button can be customized, double press for health or press and hold for the power off menu. So you can customize that how you please. The back button can be customized by short press. You've got 2 options there, previous screen or show recent apps. The gestures, double pinch. So double pinch gesture is exactly how it's showing there. It works most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't. I find it a bit tedious. Maybe you might love that feature, but me, I'm not going to be using it. Shake to dismiss and knock knock. All of those features here, this is what you can expect. You're going to shake your wrist like that to do certain actions. And then you've got knock knock as well. It's just not me. These aren't features that I would use. I've tested them out and it's weird. It's odd. It's not natural. Again, some of you out there might like these gestures. There's no harm having these extra features for those who want them. People like me who want to just switch those features off, you can switch them off. So at least you're not forced to use those features. Now I showed you the health settings earlier. I do like my stress manual only just to get a better battery life. Heart rate can be continuous or you can make that every 10 minutes while still. Auto workout detection is kind of good to have. Sometimes you'll forget to start a workout. It will remember and it can log the workout for you. So wallet and payment section, you'll be installing Samsung Wallet. Safety and emergency. So this is where you can set up your fall detection and your emergency contact. And here are a few advanced features, including Bixby, which I'm not a fan of. So Bixby I never use anyway. We've got device care, storage memory and diagnostics. You've got an app section there showing you all your apps. Okay, now we've got a manage content section where you can manage images and music. So if you tap on tracks on watch, you can see the Samsung over the horizon track is there for you. But if you press plus, you can see that 20 gigabytes of space is available for music. So I could transfer up to 20 gigabytes of MP3s directly to the watch, and you can play your music on the go. You can also pair your Bluetooth earbuds directly to the watch, and then you need nothing else to play music. The phone can stay in the car, the phone can stay in your pocket. All you need is your watch and your earbuds. So that's a pretty neat feature. Again, images on watch, you can transfer images as you require. Under general, you will see that touch bezel feature can be switched off. So if you're the unlikely person that doesn't like the touch bezel, if that annoys you for some reason, you can switch it off. And when you switch it off, it's pretty instant. Look, the touch bezel does nothing now. So yeah, let's switch it back on, of course. Languages, speech rate, and quick responsive orientation. Now, orientation is important. Depending on what wrist you're going to wear your watch on, you can change the wrist orientation. So you can see what happens when I press button location left, it will flip the screen. Button position right, it will flip the screen for you. And finally, we've got accessibility, watch software update, and about. And I'll go into about just to quickly show you. So you can see there Wear OS version 5 and ONEUI version 6. So the watch is running the latest version of Wear OS. So that was the Samsung Wearable app. Now we're checking out the Samsung Health app. So when you want to check out all your health features, you're going to open up the Health app. Every time you open it up, it will automatically sync the data between the watch to the phone. And then you can see all your health metrics at a glance. You can tap on any of these metrics to get a day, weekly, monthly view. At the bottom, you've got something called Together. So you can actually join and set up challenges with friends or with other people around the world who have this watch. So for example, I joined the Olympic Games challenge, and then you get ranked as well. So that is my rank, 558,000. So this is everyone in the world that has a Samsung Galaxy Watch and is actually participating in this challenge. Then you got fitness workouts, so you can watch videos and you can follow tutorials on different workouts, etc. Then you got My Page, where you can achieve badges and you can set some goals up and change your profile pictures and stuff like that. And the third app is Samsung Health Monitor, which you're going to use for your blood pressure and ECG monitoring. Now, very quickly, let's talk about compatibility. If you use this watch with a Samsung phone, all the features are going to work. You're going to get every single feature that is jam-packed into this watch. And there are so many new features that now I strongly advise you to use this only with a Samsung phone. Because if you don't, you're going to miss out on a whole bunch of features. If you use this on a regular Android phone, it will work, but this is what you don't get. So you won't get irregular heart rhythm notifications. ECG and sleep apnea detection will not work. Galaxy AI and energy score will not work. Double pinch gestures and suggested replies will not work. So that is actually quite a few features there. Last year and before that, it was just ECG and blood pressure you don't get. Now you don't get a lot more. So if you're going to buy a Samsung watch, only buy it if you've got a Samsung phone. And in the long run, it becomes pointless having this watch in the first place. So to take advantage of all the features, make sure you have a Samsung phone or just buy a Samsung phone with it. All right, so time to check out the watch faces. This is the default watch face, and if you want to change, you keep the center press, you'll feel some haptics, and then the screen will zoom out. You can now swipe left or right to choose a different watch face, and there are quite a few watch faces to choose from, and that includes the Google Play Store, where you can download hundreds, if not thousands, of different watch faces, both paid and free. So I'm just going to share with you guys my favorite watch faces of the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7. Here we go. If if you like your watch having an always on display, let me tell you right now, Samsung's always on display is absolutely amazing. So you can see the screen is dim, but you can still see the watch face and everything on there. You just flick your wrist and then it brings the screen back into full glory. So I love that transition where the screen fades out. It's very smooth. It's done really nicely. Samsung has done a good job there. So if you do want an always on display, this has to be one of the best. Okay, so now it's time for our heart rate test. I've got my Braun oximeter right here, medical grade. I'm going to stick it on my finger and turn it on. At the same time, we are going to try and initiate a heart rate test. So we've already got a reading on this side. It's 88 beats per minute. It's gone to 83. Now you can see the medical grade sensor right there. 85 versus 84. Screen, don't time out. 84 versus 85. 84 versus 84. 83 versus 83. 83 versus 82. Let's see the next change. 83 versus 83. Guys, that is keeping up with a medical grade sensor. Now we're going to do an SpO2 test. SpO2 is just standard manual test. I've got to stay still. You can see the oximeter is giving us 98%. 96% on the Braun oximeter. We're waiting for the Samsung to give us a result, and 95% on the Samsung, so very accurate. So there you have it, guys. That was my review of the Galaxy Watch 7, and here are my thoughts. So just like other Galaxy watches, the watch is very well made. It's super premium, very attractive in design, with a large Super AMOLED display and 5 ATM and military standard 810H durability. So it's tough, beautiful, large, and yet somehow manages to be very comfy on my 7-inch circumference wrist. The GW7 is the most powerful Galaxy watch I've ever tested. Power is noticeable in everyday use. It almost feels too fast. So well done Team Samsung with the new Exynos W1000. Twice the storage than last year is another welcomed update. OS is super responsive. I love the interface, customization options, system menus, and not forgetting the massive library of customizable watch faces at your disposal. Health tracking is accurate for everyday use like steps, walking, running. Heart rate, SpO2 and sleep all work great. GPS is also pretty accurate, and you have that new AI generated insights for energy scores, which you'll see over time the more you wear the watch. Now let's talk caveats. This watch has a lot of health features, but if you don't have a Samsung phone, a large chunk of those features will not work on your non-Samsung device. So that is now a pretty real deal breaker right there. I personally would not buy this watch if I didn't have a Samsung phone. It's as simple as that. Pinch gestures are a waste of time. They work most of the time, but sometimes they will let you down and you'll be pinching several times until it recognizes the gesture. Just swipe and tap across the screen. I find it much easier than a temperamental pinch gesture. And finally, heavy users will find that their battery will barely last one whole day before they start looking for the charger. Furthermore, I was a little disappointed in not seeing a Galaxy Watch 7 Classic this year. The Classic is the fan favorite. It almost has a cult following. They thought the Ultra would take its place or maybe do better. And I actually hope that the Ultra doesn't sell better. And I'm going to take a page out of Eddie Abu's book and say, people, don't buy the Galaxy Watch Ultra. It's simply not worth the money. So bottom line, the GW7, this is an amazing smartwatch. It has lived up to its expectations. Lots of great upgrades this year, and really appreciate that faster processor. And to give you a better idea of what I think, here is a quick look at my top smartwatch chart of 2024, showing you all the latest smartwatches and seeing how they compare with each other. The smartwatches are ranked by overall quality, features and price. So based on that, the GW7 takes position 2 on this chart, and the GW Ultra takes position 3. That's right, I'm rating it lesser than the GW7 because it does not offer enough to call itself an Ultra and warrant the higher price. The GW Ultra is merely a Galaxy Watch 7 disguised in a titanium case, making it bigger, bulkier and uglier. So GW7 is better overall purchase, so it's positioned higher than the Ultra. And number 1 position remains with the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, which in my opinion is still the best full-featured smartwatch money can buy. Hope you found this video useful. Any questions, you guys know what to do. And with all of that being said, I will leave the links in the description box so you guys can check this product out. If you want to see more of my latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews, hit the like button, sub to the channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.